Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Febriania Delta and welcome to my video. Okay, today we're going to discuss about psycholinguistics. Okay, first, would like to talk about what is psycholinguistics. Then, what is psycholinguistics? Psycholinguistics is the study about what is the relationship between human brain and language. So, psycholinguistics research falls into 6 major areas. There are 1. Language processing, 2. Language storage and access, 3. Comprehension theory, 4. Language and the brain, 5. Language in exceptional circumstance, and the last 6 is first language acquisition. So second is about language, speech, and communication. Language, speech, and communication are connected each other because what? Because when we want to speak or speech, we always talk first about what language we want to use or what language we want to say to people. But so we should to distinguish between these 3 topics. First is communication. What is communication? Communication is the term that covers any meaning from or by which two people exchange information. So, second is language. Language is the tool that we use to talk something or to have a conversation with other people. So, in language, there are 4 characteristics of language. First, language is voluntary. It means that language is under our control or under our individual control. So, second, language is symbolic. It means that language is represent something other than itself. So, 3. Language is systematic. It means that language is structural. Then, the last is language operate in 2 different modalities. There are speech and writing. So, the third is speech. Speech usually involves the communication of a message. So, there are 2 factors that determine the ability of language user to produce speech like a sound. First factors is the size and the position of articulators that we use. So the second is the ability to breathe and utter sound at the same time. So the third is language and the brain. In language and the brain, there are 3 important issues about. First is comparison, second is localization, and the third is lateralization. Fourth is knowing a word. The best way for knowing a word is making a meaning into a meaning that can be moved and which cannot be broken into small pieces and that standing free. So, psycholinguistic studies of vocabulary and how we use it fall into 3 areas. First is lexical entries, second is lexical storage, and the third is lexical access. The fifth is lexical storage and lexical access. The psycholinguistics words and word meaning makes an important distinction between A. Lexical storage, how words are stored in our minds in relation to each other. So B. Lexical access or lexical retrieval, how we reach a word when we need it. 6. An information processing approach. There are 5 ways. First is perception and recognition pattern, divided into 2. One is sensation and second is perception. So second is data storage. So the third is processed a subject into limit. So the fourth is processing as process, which constructive, and the last, the fifth, is representative level. 7th, writing system. In writing system, there are 3 different systems that used by word language. First is alphabetic system. Alphabetic system is a system with a symbol for each phoneme of the language. So second is syllabary system with a symbol for each syllable of the language. So the last is logographic system, a system with a symbol for each word of the language. 8. Decoding in reading. In decoding in reading, we need to distinguish between lower level process and higher level process. Next, A. Decoding. In decoding, there are 3 exercises. 1. A sublexical root. 2. Analogy. And the third, neighborhood effects. B. Inner speech. So, what is inner speech? Okay, inner speech is a speech that appears to be present when we read with normal circumstance. So the benefit of inner speech is when we read by inner speech, we will more concentrating and more attention than usual when we read something. There are 2 explanations about inner speech. One is spoken word or spoken language in memory is more durable than visual. So the second is when we store a word or language in our brain, it will make us it will make us easy to remember. 9. Issues in listening. There are 6 issues. One is linearity issue. Second is accommodation issue. Third is non-invariance issue. The fourth is the lexical segmentation issue. The 5th is a normalization issue. And the last is the storage issue. 10th, characteristics of speech. There are 2 characteristics of speech. 1. A speaker with normal speech can produce among 150 words per minute. Second, a speaker can make the right choice among 30,000 or so alternative not-ons, but in fluent speech continuously 2 to 5 per second. 11th, long-term memory and schema theory. Long-term memory. A long-term memory is the distinctions made between A. Declarative memory for facts and concepts, knowing that. B. Procedural memory for skills and processes, knowing how. So B. Schema theory. Schema theory was first proposed in 1932 by the Cambridge memory researcher Sir Frederick Bartlett. So a schema is a set of interrelated features which we associate with an entity or concept. So the 12th and also the last topic is exceptional circumstance. The term of exceptional circumstance are include 1. Studies of the effect of deafness or blindness upon language. 2nd, studies of language disorders. And 3rd, studies of individuals with cognitive difficulties. Okay, that's all enough our lesson today. Hope you guys enjoy and thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.